See, sometimes you're not getting the withdrawal in your career because you're not asking the right question. And the reason why you're not asking the right question is because you're not researching and you're not being as passionate about what you say you want to do as you say you want to do it. Anybody get that? So I said, okay, cool, great. I went ahead and I took the job working for Overbrook. Long story short, many of you guys know my testimony. I'm not going to get into that part of it tonight because it is incredible what God did. I was at Overbrook for about 1.5 years. I ended up quitting my job. People thought I was crazy, but I knew that my time was up, and it was time to go. I quit my job after about 1 year and 9 months. On the Monday after the Friday, I quit my job. I got a call from Tracy Edmonds' company. I had interviewed there probably about a month before I quit, and they offered me a position as a film executive in their film department. Now, it's interesting. I was debating between the two. God said, don't worry. I'm going to give it all to you. You have to understand this. You have to understand this. You have to understand this. So I end up going, taking the job at Tracy Edmonds. I'm there for about 1.5 years. While I am there, I'm not really sure of exactly what I'm going to do. I know I want to produce. We were learning a lot of different things. Tracy produces TV, film, music. She does a lot of different things. And so I was, I went to Baton Rouge and was there on set, producing College Hill. Anybody remember that show, that reality TV show? I worked on the pilot episode of College Hill. Now, the thing that I must tell you is that what really made the difference for me was not leaving my faith when I stepped onto set. Not leaving my faith when I went onto the job. We are in Baton Rouge. We are shooting College Hill. And one night, it's a Friday afternoon, and, because we were really short-staffed, everybody did everything. So sometimes I would work the camera. I would do the boom. Even as a film executive, I was still pitching in because it's all about service, right? Don't miss out the opportunity to grow in your field by saying, oh, well, that's not what I do. No. Do whatever God puts in your path. You might be surprised what comes out of you. So here I am. We're all pitching in. It's a Friday afternoon. And they say, well, guess what? We're going to need everybody to go with us Friday night to go shoot some more footage. And they said, Devon, we need you to be a cameraman. And I said, oh, man. Because as you all know, most of you all know I observe the Sabbath. So Friday night, sundown, and Saturday night, sundown, I don't work, right? And I make that clear with every job I take. Before I take the job, I say, listen, I don't work on the Sabbath. So if you need me to work on the Sabbath before taking this job, if that's a condition, I'm not taking the job. Before I say yes to any job opportunity, I make sure that commitment is clear. And I did the same thing before I started working for Tracy, right? But here I am on location, and they say, Devon, we need you to work on the Sabbath. And I said, God, what am I going to do? So I called my pastor at the time. I said, Pastor, here's the situation. They need me to shoot some footage. It's a great opportunity. I'm out here on location. I'm working the set. It's a great show. What should I do? They really need me. And he turned it back and said, wait, what do you think you should do? I said, so what I call you for? Don't you hate that? I'm like, well, okay, all right. So then, but what I love about it was he had me think about what mattered to me the most so that I could process the information for myself, digest it, and then make the decision based upon what I valued. Some of you are outsourcing your thinking. No. Some of the answers and the answers to prayers that you have been waiting for are locked up in your thinking. But you've been waiting on someone or waiting on this or waiting on that. And God says, no, if you just take a minute, get centered in me and think through, I will give you the revelation and the answer that you're asking for. But you have to use the mind that I gave you. So in that moment, I decided, well, I'd rather please God and stay cool with him, even if I lost the job, versus keeping the job and getting upset with him. So I walked back in and said, well, guys, Unfortunately, I cannot go tonight because I observe the Sabbath. And they were like, so Sabbath, what do you mean? I said, well, Friday night sundown to Saturday night sundown, I don't work. It's a big part of, my spiritual walk. And unfortunately, I won't be able to go out. They said, not a problem, man. As a matter of fact, can you pray with us before we go? We got in a circle, prayed. They went, and one of my buddies in the crew came with me to church the next day.